you're going to install rice paper on a bathroom. So the first thing you're going to do is measure, right? So can you show us how you measure?
Absolutely, David. You know, we typically take the width,
okay,
which in this case is 13.5,
okay,
and then the length, which is 22.25.
So 13.5 by 22.25.
Right. We always want to get it close, but not under what we would potentially need, because we can always trim it, but we need enough to cover the windows.
Great. And this job really is going to take you, what, about 10, 20 minutes to do?
Hopefully, less than that. So anybody, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
So a beginner shouldn't have any problem doing this. They'll feel confident and good about doing it.
Absolutely not, especially with the products that we're doing, the Decolite series or the artistic films. They generally have a cross section on the back, so it tells you can even cut it with a scissor, which most professionals don't do, but it's easy for the homeowner to cut with a scissor and produce.
And we're going to show them how to do it right now, right?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. You got the measurements now, so we're going to cut it, and what the customer will receive from you is the film in a box like this. Can you explain how you're going to cut it and measure it?
Absolutely, David. As we talked about, generally speaking, the films come rolled. It's just a more efficient way to have the films travel through the mail or UPS without being damaged.
Okay.
These particular films, which anybody can really use and install, it's very, very easy. They actually have a marking on the backing, a pattern marking.
Okay.
That aids in the
I'll zoom in so they can
process.
see. Okay.
Right. And as you can see, these are little 1-inch squares.
Okay.
And
it might be a little hard to see with the camera, but you'll see when your film comes in. And this applies to any color that they'll order from you, right? Any type of film.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And
so you're measuring it.
I'm measuring right now. We're going to decide where 13.5 lies, the line that I need to cut, and we're going to make it a little long. So I'm going to use this line as my template. So it's actually at 14 inches.
Oh, nice. So you just cut along the line there.
Right.
That makes it easy.
I'm going to show you a real easy way to do it. Okay.
Bobby, so you got the marking, and all you can do is just cut it with a scissors. So anybody at home can just do it with the scissors. Now, you say that this really only works with decorative film, right?
Right, because the backing, the release liner on decorative film is marked with these margins. So it actually has the, all you have to do is be semi-accurate. We want our lines as good as possible, but we can also trim on the glass to make it even more perfect once we have it on the glass. But generally speaking, these decorative films are real easy just to trim with scissors.
Okay, and the other type of film, like tint black film, that process is a little different, but we have a video on that, right?
Yeah, we have another video, and we'll show how people generally can use a razor and actually use the two boxes set into each other as a guide, and you just pull it across the film and cut it real nice and straight. You don't need any special tools but a razor.
Okay. Okay. All right, Bobby. So we cut the 13.5, and now you have 22.25.
Right.
So you're just simply going to cut across there?
I'm going to cut it long, so I'm going to the 23 to 23 inches.
Okay.
At the end of the film, using my tape measure, and I'm just going to the next biggest side, so we can have a little extra that we can trim down on the glass and make it a real nice, tight, clean fit.
Looks great. Got it all cut out, and now you're ready to install in the bathroom. And we're going to try to get simple tools so anybody at home can do this, right?
Right. So we're going to use just a regular 1-inch stainless steel razor blade.
Okay.
Be careful, folks. It's just like you get at any hardware store. It has a little grip edge to it.
Okay.
And then, obviously a nice clean surface edge. The thing about razors, David, is you don't want to switch them around the sides, because theoretically you can nick. The stainless steel is fairly soft, and you could nick that, and then if you go to turn it around and put it on the glass again, you can impart a scratch to the glass. So you want to use one edge of the glass, of the razor, scraping, and I'll show you how we're going to do it. I'm using just regular soapy water, a real light dilution of what I use is Joy dish soap.
Okay.
And the other one is Johnson's baby shampoo. These don't have a degreaser in it that would form like a color beyond underneath the films when you're installing the films. So they're very clean and clean glass well. I'm just going to spray that solution on the glass.
So when you spray, they could use any spray bottle at home.
Any kind of spray bottle. This is just a good one that we have.
And how much Joy or Johnson's baby shampoo
in a
to water?
sprayer like this, I would turn the soap over and spray and impart about 4 seconds worth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it back over. So just a little bit would be on the bottom of the container, and then fill the rest up.
Oh, fill it up. So you're talking, anywhere from like 20 or 30 parts water to 1
right.
of.
That's about accurate.
And if they do go over a little bit on soap or water, does it matter?
No. If you're close, it's going to be good.
And if people, if they have any questions, they can always just shoot you a quick email, right, or call you.
We'd love to hear from folks trying to do this to save them some time.
So you're just taking that razor blade, just a simple razor blade. You sprayed it with a bunch of water, and you're just taking the razor blade to clean it.
Overlapping strokes.
Overlapping strokes. Okay. Hopefully you can kind of see that. And why are they using a razor blade instead of just regular Bounty or
we'll use paper towel afterwards.
Oh, afterwards. Okay.
But razors always give you the best ability to clean the surface area of any kind.
It gets everything. And just to reiterate, you said just use one side of the razor so you won't nick up the glass.
Right.
Never use the double side.
That's what I'm doing. I'm using the same side both ways. When I switch off hands, I'm still using the same side of the razor to the glass. I'm also concentrating on just moving that razor on the edge and getting the edges nice and clean, and at least get the particulates up to be able to wash it off with a regular paper towel. So I've bladed the glass.
Okay.
I'm going to do a light overspray with our soapy solution once again.
Okay.
Sometimes the challenging spots on these windows are where the component that closes them is located, but I'm going to show you how to place the film behind that.
Okay.
And we're going to leave these both open, and I'm going to access it now with a paper towel, and the paper towels we like to use are Bounty over Brawny. Brawny has little fibers that come off of it.
Okay.
No offense, I'm sure it's a great paper towel, but Bounty works much better than Brawny. So I've got a Bounty paper towel.
So it's worth just go get Bounty compared to any other one, because we don't know if it has lint flying off or whatever.
We just want lint-free as our
lint-free
goal. See how I'm going into these corners now? I'm really cleaning the corners as best as possible, because those are really the areas that the water will bring back up the particulates from underneath the seals, and the particulates will be sealed under the film once we put the film on the glass.
I see.
So I'm just going over my work again, and I'm really getting into these corners.
Okay. And we're doing this in the bathroom, but you could do this with any window, anywhere they want to put decorative film, right?
Any window.
Okay.
Any window. It's
Great.
going to be the same process.
Okay. Is this the same process on a tint, darker type film with the cleaning, I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you would clean the same way.
Right.
But for the installation, refer to our other video if they wanted to do more of a darker tint type film. With decorative films, it's a little bit, what's the difference in installation, just real quickly?
Actually, they're easier. They're generally thicker. And, and as we looked at earlier, they have that backing that actually has the pattern that you can cut. It's much like for people that have done drawer paper, it's much like that, where it has a marking on what's called the release liner that you can cut. You can actually physically see what you're working with, as opposed to the release liner on most solar films or tinted films that is clear. So
I see.
It doesn't really help you in that regard.